You've probably seen a lot of opinions lately about how Genshin Impact is ruined by this one little thing, and I'm here to tell you today there's a lot of stupid opinions getting thrown around. While that may make very good YouTube content, it is not the truth of the game. This game here is what everybody has been continually asking for. A $60 AAA game for free. And then guess what? $60 AAA games that you like so much typically have an ending, which this one doesn't. It has a pseudo ending where the story main quests have not yet been released for the next section. We know there's an update coming November 11th, and yes, the RESIN system is not perfect. The RESIN system is for grinding when there is nothing left to do, or to get artifacts, talents, stuff like that. If we could do a ton of RESIN, the game would instead just be the open world and everyone would be complaining there's only 4 bosses to do. To give you an idea, I'm not speaking out of my here. I actually am a well. I have completed all of the story quests, and guess what? I did skip through all of the story. I spammed that spacebar because I'm one of these YouTubers who does this full time. Like every other YouTuber who is currently complaining, we all spam through the story. There's right now YouTubers out there that are like AR rank 45. That's 8 levels on me, and I've been playing this game 10 hours a day, okay? And I know there's free-to-play people that are still at the same level I am just because they're doing a better job than I am. I am getting very frustrated at seeing people discourage people from trying this 100% free-to-play game just because they say, oh, the in-game resin grinding's terrible. It may be terrible right now at the release of the game, but the resin system isn't the game. So I've seen complaints like, oh, the weapons are really hard to enhance, it's gonna take forever, etc., right? Yes, they are, and it should take forever to level because guess what? You have 1 weapon per game, artifacts can be moved around characters for free, so can weapons, and the characters should take a level to max too. People are already complaining there's only 20 characters in the game, and I guarantee you all these YouTubers you're watching who are complaining about, oh, it takes so long to level, that's because you have 4 or 5 level 80s 5-star, or you just welled out and like me, you have all the weapons and you're leveling them all up. You're leveling all the best characters. Not everyone's that way. In fact, the majority of the people are probably out there working with Amber and the free-to-play main traveler and have tons of stuff to do. And on top of it, neither of these here, these items, these do not take any experience to farm. Yes, you do have to go farm Ruin Guards and Ruin Hunters. You're complaining about that? That's part of the game. Every game has grinding to do. Every game you have to go out and kill the people. In fact, I argue all the time this is on stream kind of like a fighting game. I enjoy fighting games. The combat is fun. Let's think about that, okay? What is there still for me to do? I'm a well. I just woke up. I just logged into my account today. I've done plenty in the game. I'm AR 37. How much time do I have available in front of me to play the game? All day. What can I do today? Let's look at it, okay? So the first thing is I am a well, so I can purchase resin refreshes. Every game has a resin refresh system. If you complain about the fact you can purchase more resin, then you've never played any other gacha game in your whole life. Now, I will agree that I would like the resin cap to be higher, or maybe increases like with every 10 levels, something like that. I'm not going to argue that we shouldn't have more resin. I agree with you there. But the resin system is not something new, okay? And we're also talking about things we can do without resin. So I can purchase all my resin, daily replenish limit reached, right? Can't buy anymore. Okay, fine, that is what it is. So then if I go here, what else can I do? Let's say I ran out of my resin for the day. Now there's the adventure book. Guess what? I still have to complete chapter 7, go complete chapter 8, 9, 10, etc. I could do all my geo oculuses, all my wind oculuses. I haven't completed the statues yet to get more stamina and to get more adventure rank XP that way. I could do that. I also have to go farm leyline abyss mages because I need ley lines. I need the ruin hunter guard cores too. Are you seeing where I'm going with this? There is lots and lots of stuff to do. On top of it, I still have to work on the battle pass. I currently have to go here. I've been accepting the battle pass dailies, but then this battle pass here, I have to go complete the elementary energy overflow. I could go do the co-op event just to complete the co-op event's passive rewards without spending resin. So we do have a event in the game already. On top of that, it is brutally honest. Okay, 3, 2. On top of that, it is brutally transparent for me that what they did with this first month is set up both the map as well as the game to be ready for future releases. It's going to be really easy for them to implement events just around the map by crafting that event, dropping it on the map, and having us go do it. And we already know that we're going to be seeing the 7 different Archons as the main storyline. We're going to be visiting all 7 of them. And we haven't visited near 7 yet. What, we visited 2? If there's only 2 we've met, or 3, I don't know, let's say 3 at the most, okay? And we have over half the game left to go, tons of map left to discover, tons of gameplay stories. We're in the first month, okay? This is a long-term game. If you didn't know, they've never dropped any of the games they've ever produced. They're still in the App Store. So the game's going to be going on, okay? How would they scale all those future, remember, this is story quest content. These aren't just like mobs they drop down. We're talking future chain quests, voice acting, all that. How are they going to scale all of that to both the new players who just started the game and got through the story to that part, right? So that part's already out in the game when they start, they get all the way through that, so it's the right level. And the people who, because there's no resin system, let's say there's no resin system like everyone wants, are level 90 max gear everything, and now we're just gonna walk through that story and then again complain at the end of it. It's not possible. I know we're all used to gacha games, where you rush to the max level and the game begins and the game is really grinding. But let me tell you, from somebody who came from Raid Shadow Legends, played that game since launch, 16 grand into it, was a major content creator, all of that stuff, okay? Those games are not as enjoyable as games that have a way higher limit and way more difficulty to get to the end game. If you prefer gacha games like those ones, like Raid and, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, Epic 7, these games where you collect characters like that, fragment collectors, etc. Those games are all, at the end, we are all grinding the same thing together. To give you an idea, in Raid, we all kill Dragon 20. That's all we do. Every night, we auto-click Dragon 20 and try to get a new piece of gear. If you wake up to 1 new piece of gear, you got lucky. And every night, it's like $10 or something of auto-clicking and energy. That is not the gameplay experience I am interested in. It is really easy to make a video here. I almost did it, just saying like, the resin system's ruining the game. But if you sit down and think about it, it's not. What's ruining our game is the experiences of previous gacha games and the inability to see into the future. Yes, the resin system is stopping me from killing the world bosses I want to kill every day. And yes, I get frustrated when I think to myself, why don't they just let me grind the artifacts and not give me the adventure rank experience and just spin the resin on just the gear if I wanted to? Stuff, in case there's a cap. Stuff like that does frustrate me. But no, I am not blind enough to not understand why the current system is in place and why it will probably be alleviated in the future as new content comes to the game. This is a beginning release. There is tons of bugs, as we've seen. There's future content coming to the game. I don't think they want people at level 90 yet full clearing the Abyss Spire. That's the other thing. We haven't even talked about some of the other content to do in the game, right? There's the Abyss. If we wanted to, and the resin system wasn't there, I could just grind. I could figure out the quickest, cheapest way to grind adventure rank. And my streams would be me sitting there grinding that same boss for 12 hours straight until I hit adventure rank 70 and then going and plowing through the Abyss Spire. And that would be the path to victory under a resin list or a really high cap resin system. Instead, my day today is going to be a little bit of Abyss Spire to see if I can push. Going to be using my resin. I have to finish crafting one more weapon to finish up the chapter of the books. Maybe I'll have some resin left for some talents, to work on some talents for a character. I need to go and pick up some chests in my Oculus still. Instead, I'm not just going to be doing the most efficient path to victory. I'm actually just going to be playing the game. Now, there's a few caveats, disclaimers. Yes, the resin system is not perfect. Yes, I hope it does change in the future. My point for this video is that the same people who are out there saying the resin system is ruining the game are the exact same people who spam spacebarred through every single story, every single voiceover that this game, the majority of the download is. They skipped through the game, got to what the game is not, and then complained that the game is not what they wanted it to be. I know this for a fact because I literally did this. I saw a guy today make a video and he's like, look, I have no quest to do, none of these, they're all done, right? But I watched his live stream, and when he does have a quest, he just spams through the stuff, click, 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 someone tell me where the answer is, click, 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 and then reads the chat and goes to it. It's like, why do you even want another quest? For 200 adventure rank experience? If that's the only reason you want it, the only thing you care about is the big number. I want to be as high strong as I can. Why are you playing this game? I could totally get that mentality if this was a PvP game, it had a guild-to-guild system, clan system, something. There's nothing. You've already made the video proving that there's nothing at the end. So why are you rushing to the end? Really just kind of reminds me of like those car wrecks you see where someone drives through a stop sign, gets smashed, gets out of the car, and it's like, wow, he came out of nowhere. Like if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more rants, even if you don't agree with them. If you don't agree, leave a comment letting me know what your opinion of the game is. To give you a real quick TLDR in case you skip to the end, the resin system doesn't ruin the game, okay? Because the game is not the resin system. The resin system is limited, yes, and we could use a better resin system. That does not mean that the reason people that are like basically the max rank you can get without just purely grinding right now are bored is because they rushed to the end and didn't actually play the real game. This would be the equivalent of sitting on the sidelines the whole time when you're on a basketball team, getting on the court for the last 2 minutes and then saying the game was boring for you.